Take over.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this 3-day challenge anniversary edition for Success Sword. You're welcome. All right, so welcome, everybody, and thank you once again for joining today's event. And of course, seeing you here, definitely this is a testament tonight for pretty much everyone here. This is just showing that clearly your business is important to you, and thank you for prioritizing you and your business. Again, thank you everybody for submitting day one, day two challenges in the community. If you haven't gotten to it, please let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. All right, all right. So just to recap, yesterday we learned how to break down sources sort with AI and 3 levels of AI usage, guys, right? Right. So today we'll be learning how to use the all-in-one tool, the SamSearch, to write proposals. And we'll tie up all we've learned from day one and day two, and we'll respond to a sources sort note. Okay, so our speakers today are, Godwin and Humam. Humam is a co-founder of SamSearch, and of course, Godwin is the founder of AI GovCon. Kemi, I see that you missed the first 2 days. Yes, the recordings are in the community. You can access it under day one and day two. They've been dropped there, so you have access to playback and join the fun. So, so Humam is the co-founder of SamSearch and Godwin is the founder of AI GovCon, as we all know. I'll pass this on now to Humam to demonstrate how to write proposals in SamSearch. So, Humam, over to you.
Thank you very, very much, Kate. How's everyone doing? I can't even say how's everyone's evening, how's everyone's morning. Everyone's from a different time zone. I love to see it. Thanks again, Kate and Godwin, for having SamSearch for the second day today. For everyone that missed it yesterday, we went through how to find contracts and how to understand and get a quick look of these contracts using AI. I'm not sure if Godwin, you want me to go over that really quickly or jump straight to the proposal?
Oh, yeah, you can go with a
Let's
brief overview on the
Yeah,
search,
let's do
but
that.
emphasis on the proposal for sure.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time for the proposal. It's proposal theme day. Can you hear me well, by the way, just to check before we get into this? And you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So we went through the search yesterday. We all know that searching with sam.gov is a pain, is a long process. We have to get every word right. We have to match everything. So let's look for leasing office space and nomad. Okay, I misspelled leasing office space. Let's cancel this one. Let's leasing office
Are you possibly
space.
on another tab?
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, here. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I tried multiple times to look for leasing office space in sam.gov, and we have to get every word right. We have to match with these contracts. As you see here, we have two results for leasing office, and if you remove this, we'll only have two results. But if we look up leasing, we'll get 600 results. And what is a cleaner steam press? It's irrelevant, and we don't really understand the title right away. We don't understand what these contracts are about. We have to click on each one of them to read through the description, read through the attachments, and there are a lot of attachments, big descriptions, and we don't want to waste our time with these kind of stuff in 2025, knowing we have alternatives, we have AI, we're a lot smarter now, and we're lucky to live in this generation. On SamSearch, the AI-powered search understands English and it comprehends what you're trying to search. If you misspell something, it's fine. If you look up leasing, it's fine instead of renting. If you look up renting instead of leasing, it should all work. So I was searching for renting office space by DoD, and when I search, I get these results. You see, this is by the Department of Defense. It understands, and it's filtering me through my query that I'm searching with. And what's also even nicer is because I don't really understand most of the titles from these big numbers and big titles, I get a smart summary generated by AI straight to me that I can filter and skim through a lot faster. So if I'm not interested in this, I can go to the next one. I read a little bit about it. Oh, yes, this is more familiar to what my business does. And then I can save it. I go to the next one. Same thing here, right? And I go through all of these information at my fingertips just to save myself a lot more time. And this is a fraction of the time you're going to save once we get to the proposal part that I know a lot of people are excited about. Even our chat on SamSearch been blowing up the past 2 days with, I want to see the proposal, I want to see the proposal. So we're back to show you the proposal. Let's click on this contract, for example, and we see here that there's the main information of the contract. We can summarize any attachment we have. So the request for lease proposal, we can click on summarize, and it should give me a quick generated summary of what this attachment is about, instead of me having to click it and read it. And at the bottom, we just offer you some insights about the opportunity. So a similar active, here's the summary is done. So we can go through this summary, everything, and even it tells us what the attachments have, and we go through everything. All is good. And over here we have similar active opportunities. We have the leading contractors in the industry. We have previously awarded contracts. If we want to know more about this kind of theme of contracts, how much do they win for? Who got awarded these past contracts? Maybe I'll get in touch with them, ask them a question. I'll see the pricing. What did they price their bid at? And then lastly, we also offer you potential subcontractors in the area of performance, and you can see their reviews. And you can go straight to their website. You click here, you see the reviews. You can, if it has a website, it'll give you a link to the website and the phone number, again, with the reviews, etc., etc. Again, trying to make your day a lot faster with getting the important, relevant information straight to you. And we also have the Ask SamSearch AI feature, where you can just chat with the opportunity, ask it questions, summarize the scope, the work, and you can misspell, you can make mistakes. It's fine. It's going to understand what you want from it, and it's going to provide you the information right away. And not just that, it'll also tell you from which attachment it grabbed the information from. So you can always check the source of where it grabbed the information from. So we see here attachments 1 and 2, and that's a summary of the scope of the work. And now you went through all these attachments really quickly just to get the scope of the work. Now, this is all great, but then we still have the big proposal aspect, right? So when you first onboard on SamSearch, what you want to do, you will be welcomed with this page. Get to it. And you'll get some confetti first, and then you'll be welcomed by this page. And you're going to have to set up your business profile. That's your information of your business. And it's step by step. We'll walk through each one of these steps, because every single step you do here is going to be relevant to what you're going to do with the proposal. So you have the main information, name, UEI, case code, address, and the operating regions. And by the way, everything on here you can edit later. So if you don't have all the necessary information right away when you're onboarding, you can edit that later. And now there's your business profile. So if you have a website, you can just put the website here and generate NAICS code and company profile. And SamSearch is going to go to your website, read it, and go through everything in your website, and is going to write a quick description about what your business does, so you don't have to do it manually. If you don't have a website, that's totally fine. You can just put the NAICS code that are relevant to your business and a right description of what your business does. The next step would be indexing your documents. So every document that you have that you made, you can upload here, whether it's your capability statement, if you have any past performance records, if you have certifications, licenses, compliance documentation, your organizational knowledge repos, your case study and white papers. Or I've seen people put past proposals they've written and they won, so they like them. They put them in other. They put their resumes. They put a skills list of something that they're capable of doing. They put that in other. The more the merrier, and you'll be able to filter them in the step I'll show you later. So I have here my capability statement, a past performance statement, and the white paper for my business. And how did you hear about us? So we'll do referral from Godwin. So once we go to the, let's go back to the same proposal, to the same contract we were at, because we've done some information with it. Anchorage. I hope is anyone from Alaska? If there's anyone from Alaska, you guys get a big shout out. You have winter most of the year, and I know what that feels like growing up in Canada. So we're gonna generate a proposal by clicking on this button. And to generate a proposal, we're going to have to write an outline. The outline, to make it, it's 2 steps. The first step is we're going to filter through the attachments of the contract itself on the left column and our documents on the right column as well. So if there's anything that is irrelevant to us and we don't want it to be used in the proposal, we can uncheck it. So just for the sake of the example, we're going to uncheck the exhibit H, G, and F. When it comes to my documents. So as my business, I do HVAC, I do leasing and renting office spaces, and I also do fencing and construction. So let's say I have 3 different capability statement, and I all have them labeled here. I have leasing, HVAC, and fencing capability statement. I don't want the fencing one to be used for my HVAC. I don't want my HVAC one to be used for my leasing and renting contract. So I'll make sure to check only the relevant ones. For example, for this contract, I'm going to pretend that white papers are not relevant for leasing office spaces. So I'm going to uncheck it. That way I know AI is not going to pick up this information. And if I have specific documents that I want to upload and I want to use in the specific contract, I will go ahead and upload them right here. And I can upload them just specifically for this contract so they don't have to be on my business profile. And then we can generate an outline. So when I click generate the outline, the AI is going through all these attachments. It's going through the description of the website, all the relevant information of that website. It's skimming through all of it. It's taking out the instructions. It's taking out all the information needed, compliance, pricing, all of what's needed. It's taking it out and it's going to draft an outline for those. So it's going to take a few seconds. While we're here, I forgot to mention that at the end, I will have a specific time for a Q&A. So feel free to write your questions in the chat, and I'll leave some time to answer your questions. So we see here that an outline was generated. For every outline, there's a section and then there's subsections. So we see the first section is an executive summary. The subsection of that is proposal overview and key benefits. For every section or subsection, there's a writing plan. That writing plan, if we ever use ChatGPT, it's kind of what the prompt is for every specific section. So you're writing 10, 5, 6, 7, 8 prompts, straight one shot. You're making sure they're all clear and the AI is picking up all the details of what you want the proposal to have. Let's say you don't like something specific. Let's say the proposal lease terms. You can edit any section you want. You can increase the pages, decrease the pages, change the title, and change the writing plan. If it missed anything or you would like to add anything or just experiment with anything, you can add more sections, right? And you can have a section, you can pick up the section number, write the title, how many pages, and you can write your prompt as well. Let's pretend this is all good. We reviewed all of it. Everything looks good. If it's not, we can also regenerate it using specific documents if we saw that it missed anything, and we'll have the results come right away. But there's no need to regenerate it. So it's all good. And then from here, all is good. We're going to click the magic button, generate proposal. Once we click on it, it's going to tell you generate a proposal. You'll be notified by email when it's ready. So it's going to take a few minutes to cook. It's going to take a few minutes to write the whole proposal, especially with an outline that long. It'll take around 5 minutes, which is when I say like AI is taking 5 minutes to write something, is like a big deal. And we worked so much to have it as fast as possible without losing the accuracy because we fine-tuned our AI for proposals and government contracting. But then I look from like a bigger picture and I'm like, 5 minutes is not a lot. Like comparing to how long it will take me or anyone to write this much, it'll take probably my full day at least. So we don't have to sit and wait for it because you will get notified by email when it's ready. You'll also get a notification if you still have SamSearch open that the proposal is done ready. You can look for other contracts. You can go through other stuff while it's writing. The thing is, when it's writing, and let's say we forgot to choose a specific thing, or we forgot to include our quote, we forgot to include specific information that the AI think you should have it in the proposal, it'll leave it in brackets. I'm not sure if it's going to give us an example right now straight away. Oh, here, insert additional system specifications and component details. We made sure it doesn't make stuff on its own. It doesn't go wild and crazy. We all know how AI is loose. So we want it to be as accurate as possible. And to do that, we're going to put everything in brackets for you to fill out. So right here, for example, insert pricing and cost details. If we don't have that in our outline because we didn't tell it. Insert past performance examples or insert testimonials from past clients. So these small details are very important for you because you don't want to be missing out on them. And these are the information that you should plug in the proposal. So it's going to keep on writing. But let's go to the proposals page. Actually, let me take you to the company profile. Let's say we want to edit the business, to add more documents, change specific information. It would be through the company profile tab. And from here, we can change all the information. We can change the business description, add a new website, write more on our description, enter next codes. And for also these next code, we save them in our database and we save them to your account. And we always have our engine running in the backend. So if we see a specific contract for an X code you have on your profile, and our algorithm thinks it's going to suit you, even if you don't have an alert set up for these X code, we're going to send it to you by email and tell you, hey, based off your business, we know you're interested in building inspection services, and we think you're going to like this contract. So you can add as many Nix code as you want here. And last step would be the documents, where you can edit your documents, delete them, add more of them. You can, if you have multiple capability statement, they will show up in the capability statement folder, etc., etc. While the proposal is still generating, I'll take you to schedule bid alerts. I know my co-founder went through it yesterday, but we'll also walk through it again. And over here, instead of you and coming and doing the search on your own every day, you can set up alerts. And we're doing leasing office space, for example. And because we're not so interested in the specific query, we'll have it set to weekly, so we don't overcrowd our email. And we know here that we'll get it. And now we'll get weekly leasing office space email results. And every result will show with the smart AI summary, and will show with the due date as well. Actually, because the theme of today's series is source thoughts, we're going to only select source thoughts. So now you only get to your email source thoughts with the query leasing office space with the department fence. And here you go. So when we go to the proposals page, we see here that this one is currently generating. So we're going to leave it to generate. But let's go through one that the other one. And as my co-founder yesterday mentioned, this proposal drafts page is going to have a complete shift. It's not going to look like this. It's going to look exactly what Trello looks like for you guys right now. So you're going to have everything in the contract, even the saved opportunities, you'll have them linked with the proposals page. So if you generate a proposal to an opportunity you have saved, you'll see them linked together. You can create a checklist for yourself. You can create your own tasks, and it'll have that Trello view, the Kanban board view, but it's going to have a calendar view. It's going to have multiple views based off your preference. And this one's going to keep generating for a bit. We can check on it in a minute. I think I'm doing good on time. And this is what the proposal looks like. So I have this proposal for my HVAC business. So proposal for HVAC repair and asbestos remediation. And this is a full contract, right? A full proposal, sorry. So it's kind of long, but I guess that's good. And when we want to edit this contract, this proposal, we can edit it right on SamSearch, right on the text editor right here. So I can click on here and I can just type, right? And I have all the Word or like the Google Doc functions here. I can change the headings, everything related to the text, very basic stuff. But then I can also make the most out of my AI Copilot for a proposal. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So when you text the proposal, it's asking the entire proposal, right? But what if you wanted to ask for the compliance specific section, compliance with environmental regulations? And my HVAC business is really big on this compliance part. By the way, I don't have an HVAC business. It's just for example, I only have SamSearch. I can highlight it, and now it's going to show up here as the context. And because I wanted to write more about compliance, I can just say expand on this part. It's not sending on my end for because I have the local one, but you should be able to try it on your own and you'll find what that looks like. And it's just going to do exactly what we did in the chat feature in the first one. It's going to expand on this part and it's going to write more about it. Same thing with the our proposal is done generating. That's exactly what it looks like. So we can view it or dismiss just because we're on this one. So these tables, actually, I did them yesterday. I'll scroll down to find them. So these were done in they're done in text or timelines. I think this one was text and this one looked like a timeline. And that's what a timeline looks like. So these points like this, that's a timeline view. So I wanted them to be a table. So I just highlight it and I ask it, make this part a table. And it's going to make the table right here. And I copy it and I paste it on here. Once it's all done, once this whole proposal is all done as we like it, we can download it, export it as a Word document. We can do one more check if you want to add your logo on here, if you want to add your cover letter. Oh, by the way, if you do want a cover letter, you can add that in the outline that you want a cover letter, and it's going to leave you a cover letter. Just make sure you're specific in what you want the cover letter to look like, because cover letters varies. And that's pretty much it for the proposal. I hope you guys found it good. We worked really hard to make it as accurate as possible. We fed our AI proposals that won in the past, and that's how we learned how to write these proposals. And that's pretty much it. And you see here that the proposal is ready, and you can view it, and you'll take a look at it. And you see here that it's using my company's information. So HVAC Profs LLC, that's my company. So it tries to, as you are writing it yourself. If you want to include your address, your UEI, you can just put cover letter, include my UEI, my address, my information, blah, 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 and it'll have them for you as well. And now I'll go check the chat and see if you guys have any questions.
Yes, there is a question from Lamore. So when do you submit the pricing? Do you add that in the proposal or after?
So I'm assuming this is for the pricing sheet. Well, because AI just writes proposals, it doesn't fill out specific forms. What you can do is in the outline, you can ask it, for example, the last section, you can ask it some questions that are in the pricing sheet and it will generate questions for you. I think I kind of misunderstood the question. I think it's about the pricing in the brackets.
Okay, go ahead, Godwin, if you would.
Yeah, I can actually help you out here. I think when do you submit a pricing sheet? Do you add that in proposal or after? Okay, the question is a bit varied, okay? Number one, with the example that Humam had showed us here, the reason we didn't have the price there because we didn't feed it any pricing. So It's not going to show us any pricing, right? And in a situation where, let's say you're looking at a solicitation where you have a pricing sheet from the government, you're going to submit that pricing sheet. Everything is going to be submitted together. So if the question is, when do you submit the pricing? It's all submitted together. Do you add it in after the proposal? If you were writing this proposal and you had the information from your subcontractor on the pricing, you can actually add that in direct. I hope that answers your question.
He clarified. He said, Lamore did say submit your bid. So that helps. Was that answered, Lamore? Yes, he said yes.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
So there's another question from Shay. Hold on a minute. And Lamore, please let us know if that question was answered. So we have great stuff. I see the clear and clarity difference. Is SamSearch in competition with sam.gov, replacement and or additional tool for us to use? Sam.gov is free. SamSearch does have a cost associated with it. So pretty much like, what's the difference between using Sam?
So we're not on competing basis with sam.gov. Obviously, you need to sign up on sam.gov to start your journey with government contracting. You're right, it is free. So I'll speak a little bit about what you can do with SamSearch really briefly. You have the smart AI search that includes federal, which includes everything that is in sam.gov, but we also offer you state contracts. So these are over here. I have this tab actually. So these are all the websites that are also available on SamSearch. So let's say you do SLED contracts, so state level, education, county, and you want to do in Texas, for example. Let's do Texas, for example. You want to work with Texas. In Texas, on its own, you have all of these contracts, right? So let's count them. So you have 28 contracts just for the state of Texas. Imagine you want to look for leasing spaces or HVAC contracts or whatever contracts in the state of Texas. You're going to have to look for each one of these websites to look for those contracts. Instead, we offer you all 300 websites with the state feature on SamSearch. Again, we also have the grants, so you can look for government grants, and you have the small business funding, SBIR or STTRS as well. We offer you a lot of AI features like the smart summary, the chat, the summarizing all these attachments. We give you opportunity insights, again, with generating proposals as well, and few other AI features. But the biggest value that we compete with sam.gov or the government websites is by saving you the time. So yes, it is free, but how much time of your day are you spending on finding contracts? How much time of your day are you spending on generating these proposals? So that's exactly what the value you get from SamSearch is, that you get more use of your time, because there's no reason for you in 2025 to go through 300-page attachment to know if you want to bid on this contract or no. The bid no bid decision shouldn't take you so long. Another thing, you shouldn't be going on YouTube to look how to use sam.gov, how to search on sam.gov, right? And we've all done this, including me, who's a software engineer, right? It is complex, but what you should be doing is you should value your time, right? So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you. So
No
we
worries.
have, yes, she got it. So we have one from Valerie. Valerie says, I am in real estate and I am interested in leasing office spaces. When looking for office space, do you have to work with a broker? If not, can you explain your process for finding an office space?
Unfortunately, I'm not in real estate, nor I'm a broker. I wouldn't exactly know how to do a government contract in real estate. However, I think Godwin can also say something here because of his knowledge as well. But when it comes to real estate, it depends on your capability of finding what the government is asking. If you want to collaborate with a broker, or if you're licensed to do real estate, I think you can also just do it on your own. It depends on the contract itself, I believe, or how big the contract you're bidding on is.
Okay.
Yeah, and to really stay on task, whether it's
Yeah.
real estate, whether it's linen services, what we're showing you here actually are the tools that would help you get over the hurdle of deciding on whether you're going to bid or how you structure the proposal, how to put it together. It's not necessarily nitty-gritty details on specific industries. I just want to get that clear.
Yeah, I gave real estate as an example because I've kind of carried the theme my co-founder was doing yesterday. But there's a question that I would like to address, Kate, if that's okay with you. If it
From
says,
Joanne?
how would this from Karen Duet, how would this work for those of us that are completely new to government contract? I think when it comes to your company profile, it's kind of overwhelming when you see the documents are past performances, compliance documentations, industry certifications. If you have these, so great. But if you don't, you can start by your capability statement. You can start by a case study or a job that you've done in the past. You can upload your resume. You can upload multiple documents that can help you. And if you have something planned, you can also write that in the business description as well to talk more about your business and what you can do, which kind of works to the other similar question is for the middleman, because you can upload multiple documents, you can upload multiple industries and only select the relevant information when you're generating a proposal to the specific documents you have for that industry. Or you can also, because we have this website feature, you can bring some websites of the companies you want to work with that are going to subcontract the contract, and is going to write a business description for that subcontract, and you can use what they basically pitch out their business, if that makes sense.
Okay, so we just have one more minute to take one more question. So we do have from Joanne, does the saved opportunities on SamSearch serve the same purpose as dashboard on Trello?
Not right now. So the saved opportunities look like this. So you have just when you're going through the search, you want to save a few contracts to not miss them, but you can't do any action with them. On Trello, you can bring this, drag it to the other column, etc., etc. Over here, we just give you a view of your favorite contracts, kind of, and you can set reminders to yourself to get an email when the deadline is nearby.
Okay, thank you. So let's show Human some love in the chat.
Hey,
Human, please, by the way, you could respond to most of those questions right there in the chat so that everybody can get to see what those responses are.
Yeah, I'll go ahead
Kate,
and respond to my
actually,
chat.
1 second. There was one question I would like, or actually 2 questions I would like Humam to respond to just quickly. One question says, can you talk more about the differences between the membership level and what the difference between them are? So if you
Okay,
can.
okay, take that on.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
So we have multiple pricing points. Our pro plan is our most popular plan. It's what most people get. We also have a starter plan and a team plan. The way subscription works is either on a yearly basis, and we bill you annually, or on a monthly basis. Before I start, you can always change your subscription. If you start with monthly and then you want to do yearly, you can do that. If you start yearly, after the year, you can change to monthly. But let's say we're just going to go through the monthly subscriptions, because I think Godwin made a very nice point yesterday that we don't want a commitment for one big year is a lot. And if you're not a company that is established, it's a little bit of a commitment. And it's not about a commitment, it's also about the cash, to be honest. So let's go through the monthly plans. Our cheapest plan is the starter, which starts at $89 a month. And that includes the federal opportunity search. So you can have access to the smart AI powered search for federal contracts. You can have your AI profile. You'll have the AI opportunity chat. You'll have the opportunity insights at the bottom. So the subcontractors, the past performance, past awards, etc., etc. You can also have the AI attachment summary, and you can set alerts for and your search queries. Our Pro plan, which is our most popular plan, again, is everything in here, but it also includes state, local, and education search and grants and small business funding. You get access to proposal outline generator. So that's where you make the outline as I walked you through that. And you also get our AI powered proposal editor. So you can make the proposal and edit it as well on SamSearch. And then lastly, our team. This is if you're a bigger established company. You get 5 seats with your plan, everything in Pro and Starter, and you have a dedicated support team to your company itself.
All right, thank you, man. That's
No
wonderful,
worries.
wonderful. Just guys, throw one in the chat if you found that insightful. If you think that SamSearch is actually a good tool. I actually saw someone say that this tool is more valuable than Sam.gov. I might have to agree with you there. And one of the questions I said, are they competing directly with Sam.gov? I think an appropriate competitor here would be GovTribe. And the thing with GovTribe is they do not accept monthly payments. It starts from $580 to $845, I believe, if you want to get state contract. So I think that this is a far better medium and very user friendly. So just big up to Humam again for a
Thank
wonderful
you very much.
presentation.
Godwin, I do want you to mention, because I spoke about the pricing, just mention about your discount.
Yes, I've actually been dropping it in the chat. Guys, you can have this for 25% off your first 3 months. So I've been dropping it in the chat. That's the link, and the discount code is in the chat. That's it.
Thank you very much. Just make sure you don't share that discount with anyone. It's for Godwin's family only. So if you're here, you're lucky to have Godwin, and then you're also lucky to have this discount. So please don't share with anyone and sign up through the link Godwin dropped it in the chat.
Okay, but before you run, actually, there's a question from Lucretia. What's the probability of winning contracts using your tool? Have you got numbers to show that this fundamental tool attract the eye of contracting officers? The only thing I would say about that question is like it's very challenging to say that this is the tool that is responsible for winning contract. These are tools, okay? But Humam, I'm sure you have something to say there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just Karen, can you send me your email? I'll reach out to you. I see that you couldn't sign up. If you can just send me your email, I'll if you send your email in the chat, I'll reach out to you to help you on board. Yeah. But to speak about the tool, all right, so good. I'll take a note of that. I'll send you an email later, straight after this demo. So as you can see, we have few testimonials here from our clients. We've increased our bid rate by 40% using SamSearch. We identified opportunities that we couldn't see. Khalid Sawaf from Amaro Construction actually found and won a contract. They found the contract through SamSearch. We have few testimonials here that this tool is going to make your life easier. It's going to make your work more efficient. I can't promise you of specific number that you're going to win, which as much as I wish, it's not the metric that we take pride. We take pride in our metric of how much time are we going to save you. Because at the end of the day, you need to put in the work. And the more proposals you're going to bid on, the more chances you're going to get of winning a contract. This will elevate your game by a lot. It's going to, instead of you submitting on one proposal or like few proposals a month, now you can bid on plenty of proposals every month. So that's something to take a note of. We know, I know of personal stories that our users reached out to us and they told us we won from a proposal generated by SamSearch, but that's not what we're proud about. We're proud about how much time we're going to save you in your day-to-day life, that we're going to make sure you're not going to miss contracts that you can bid on. You shouldn't be wasting your time going through a contract that you end up not bidding on because it doesn't fit your business after spending an hour reading through these attachments. So that's what we offer. We offer you to save time. It's like an AI tool. And like Godwin said, this is a tool. At the end of the day, if your business is really bad, even no matter what, you're not going to win a proposal. So it's a tool that's going to elevate your work. By the end of the day, it's your business that is going to speak the most.
All right.
Okay, do you still want to take on, I see one or two more questions, or do you
No,
want on this
moving
chat?
on.
Okay, so Chena, I see your question. Godwin would address that in chat, or Humam. Okay, guys, let's show some love to Humam in the chat. Let's put a fire, let's put a heart emoji, let's put a smiley, put your favorite emoji. Let's just show him some love. Thank you so much, Humam. Thank you, thank you. Right, like I don't know about you, but my days can really get busy and packed like quickly. So I really value my time. So any tool that can help me save time and get tasks done, please, I add that to my tech stack, right? Like I just have it there, bookmark it, and it's my go-to. So if you like saving time like me, type time in the chat. Time in the chat. Time. Let's go. Let's go. Who is a time saver here? Time,
Time.
time.
I
Yep.
see time.
Yeah, I like to use my time to sip pina colada in Orlando. Hey, let's go, guys. All right. So, guys, remember how in day one created a project in Trello and for your identify sources, sort notices. And of course, day two was all about breaking down those notices. Well, today, the moment that we've been waiting for, let's wrap everything up together and let's get responses in. So let's welcome Godwin back here to walk us through how to respond to a sources sort notice. So over to you, Godwin. Welcome back.
All right. Let's get into some proposal writing or sources sought submission. What we have here. All right, guys. Again, I have fashion. Okay, this is some truth I have to draw. While we provide you the expertise and the support to position you for success, we absolutely cannot guarantee the award of a contract. Winning contracts would ultimately depend on your dedication, your effort, and how much you apply yourself process. Okay. But today we're going to get straight into the business. I'm sure you already know the three problems that we always look to solve. I'm sure you already understand how we look to solve those problems and you want to see it happen. But I have to give you this important information because this is a sources sought event. It's important to note that most sources sought notices do not require a formal submission. Is that clear? Most sources sought notices do not require a formal submission. Most of them would actually give you a form to fill, and you filling out that form is enough to consider a submission. Anything that you decide to write in addition to that form that you submit, one is at your own risk, and two is purely your own choice. But one of the ways that you can get noticed when writing sources sought is to give recommendation for that particular contract. So there's no reward for incurring cost on submissions, but you'll be in a smart position to actually help the government with some of that market research for what that work is going to look like. So the goal again is right now we have 41 participants here. If we could have 50% of you complete 2 well-researched responses to real sources sought notices, this challenge will be a massive success. I want you to get rid of the idea of perfection today. I have seen proposals that were 3 pages long. It was a quote and a paragraph about the company, and it's won a contract. The idea that there is this particular structure, it's the golden structure, this is the golden rule, it really doesn't exist. So let's start by peeling that idea off, because today I'm going to go through a speed run, create a submission for a sources sought, and it's going to be full of John Doe information. It's also going to be written in a brisk manner because right now it's 6:51. So I want you to do the same. I have already sorted out the video that's going to take you through the steps, but I want you to see me go through the steps. You know that AI, we're talking on 3 levels, usually prompting, fine-tuning, and agentic AI. Today, we're focusing on fine-tuning because we're going to be using the GPT to put this together. And today's focus, sources sought analyzer, we're going to put together a strategic submission. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then you are going to do it in the challenge. If you are willing to submit at least one sources sought, just throw a 1 in the chat. Throw a 1 in the chat if you're willing to put something in. Okay. All right. Let's do this then. Now, I'm going to go into SamSearch first, log into my account, and I'm going to look for sources sought and something that's active, and perhaps in the industry of professional training. Now, with professional training, let's see. We see professional and technical support service for survival, evasion, resistance escape, and personnel recovery related to training programs. programs, okay? Space Training and Readiness Command, Marine Corps University. So right now I'm just looking through decisive action. What would be interesting? So the Defense of Threat Reduction is seeking source for professional analytical services to support its mission in countering weapons of mass destruction, okay, and emerging threats. Okay, let's just check this out because it sounds a little bit cool. As you see, we have possible subcontractors. We just have one actually. Let's look at their website because we may want to use this. This doesn't seem aligned. Very strange. Professional analytical service. Okay. How many attachments do we have? We have one attachment, which is typical. 2 attachments. That's typical for an RFI. So I'm going to download the attachment and I'm going to open it to see what's all about. Okay, I'm opening this on Microsoft Word, so it's unlikely that you're going to see it, but let me just describe what I'm seeing. It's simply a 6-page document, okay? It's one attachment, it's a 6-page document. Now, I'm going to open ChatGPT here, and I'm instantly going to open the sources sought analyzer. I've opened this up. I'm going to attach this one document and a simple prompt, break this down. I trained the robot a bit further yesterday to add something else at the end of the breakdown. So I'm going to see if it added it or not. But one of the things you want to check out is specific information requested. Specific information requested. They need your company info, like your CAGE code, your UEI, your socioeconomic status, your facility clearance level, relevant past performance, facility capabilities, and ability to deploy cleared personnel. So this is the summary. We can go into more details if we want to, but let me see what happened here. Check this out. You're always going to see this at the last, as the end, is the required submission breakdown. So the required elements, you're going to need a cover letter, capability statement, maximum 5 pages, company identification, NAICS codes and facility clearance level, past performance on similar effort, ability to deploy. What you're going to notice is that this GPT is going to ask you questions every step of the way to ensure that this particular proposal or submission is aligned with the needs of the document that was uploaded. So you're always going to notice this. What is your company name? There's always going to be a follow-up. Would you like me to describe your position as a company that helps the government research work before it becomes a contract and helps make the process smooth by partnering with qualified companies? If you decide that you don't like that type of positioning, you always have the ability to change it. I am going to use this company over here as our potential subcontractor because I'm going to let the government know that I am a general contractor and I typically connect the government to potential subcontractors who can complete the job. It's okay to be honest about that because you're doing business. And by the way, you're always going to have a follow-up after every single prompt that you go through. I have a note here where I put some information on, I call it John Doe. But for you, it's not going to be John Doe. It's going to be all your company information. So company name, company address, point of contact, title, email, phone. This should always be on hand because I like to be able to copy and paste it into ChatGPT. So it's asking me the name of my company. And watch what's going to happen here. I'm not going to answer its second question. Let's see if it's going to ask me to clarify the positioning. So it says, thanks for the info. I got your company listed as Doe Industries with John Doe as the POC. Next question. So it still goes back to that question. It's about your positioning. Would you like me to describe you as a company? I'm going to be like, you know what? Nah, I am a general contractor that connects the government with experienced personnel who can fill the contracts. Now, I just want to let you know that during the time of putting the submission together, I am going to be adding a lot of John Doe information. Like if they're asking for specific requirements, or if they're asking if I'm like my social economic status, I'm going to add some John Doe information for the sake of the example. So what we have here is capability statement, table of content. So if you look very closely, what we see here is that company overview, core capabilities as a general contract, organizational structure and government contracting experience, facility clearance level, and secure facility plans. So it's pulling out some of that information that we initially saw in the breakdown and putting it into a table of contents, relevant past performance, experienced staffing, cleared personnel, support for DoD or CWMD related missions, performance in CONUS SOCONUS environments. Now, if you're going for a contract, like right now, I'm lost in a lot of these acronyms and what they mean. If you're going for something that you do not know anything about, it may be difficult for you to make this type of submission. Again, for the sake of this example, what I want to show you is that let's say you have experience in handling IT contracts and you open up a sources sort, you see that they need some sort of software development or a software to be updated at a base. And it's something that you understand. Perhaps you don't have the resources to do the work, but you have the ability to go to companies that can do the work to get necessary information for you to put together a submission. Now, for sources sought, I'm not going to tell you that it's not worth to begin to call companies to get more information. Because if you can present a well-researched paper, you have a higher chance of getting noticed. Okay, so what we have here is business information and socioeconomic status, secure facility and infrastructure readiness. One thing I would do here is I want to see less bullet points in the TOC. I'm also going to open a Google Doc over here, and this is where it really starts because we're going to be putting things in order. Okay, so we have table of content. I'm also going to let them know I would like the title. I would like the title to reflect my company's submission. Instead of calling it a capability statement like this, I would like it to be something like this, you see? So it's a small change. It's a table of content, very short. I'm actually going to move it to the next page because I would like to have a cover page. So that's table of content there, Doe Industries. Create a front cover page with all my business info and that of the POC with the government, because I believe they left an email and the person's name. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating the front page. So we've created the table of content. We're now creating front page that is going to cover all the information from my company, as well as the person who I'm actually sending this to. Now, if you see any placeholders, okay, like Cage Code, for example, you can fill in those placeholders. Social economic status, and then the point of contact is John Doe, and then the point of contact for submission, we have both of them there. We've created now this front cover, this front. So what I'm going to do here is Control C. I'm going to grab this. This is for the front page, like so. Okay, right now I'm just throwing all the content in. So let's check this out. It says, let me know if you would like this format into Word or styled up with your logo. Ready to move on to section 1? Yes, I'm ready to move on to section 1. Yes. But I also want to mention I will be subcontracting to, I'm going to add the link to these guys, or subcontracting with, and I would like you to use some information on their website to aid the submission. Cool. So I said yes, I would like to move on to the company overview. So you see, it goes into the website, picks up everything that's relevant experience. So this integration of EMSL capabilities into Doe industry responses underscores the strategic advantage of this partnership in fulfilling the requirement. Okay, so let's see. Start the submission or the start with company overview. Okay, now it's going to start giving us our company overview. Doe Industries is a general contracting firm that specializes in connecting the U.S. government with qualified, security-cleared professionals and subcontractor team capable of filling complex mission requirements. With focus on national security and defense support services, we play an integral role bridging operational needs with specialized technical talent, secure infrastructure, and responsive contract management. So it goes on and it gives all this information. I will not read everything, but guess what? I'm going to start loading it up to my Word because I have the content. Okay, it says, let me know if you would like some relevant experience. I'll say yes. And let's see, it might actually start pulling some experience from my subcontractor's website. So let's see what happens here. Now, I believe that's some of the information again. Okay, so effective management of subcontractor relationships, ensuring task order performance, milestone tracking, and adherence to the DoD standard. Okay, so in support of this response, Doe Industries' partnership with EMSL Analytics Inc. brings an additional layer of technical capability and past performance. They have provided environmental and industrial hygiene testing services to multiple federal agencies, including, and then it gives you a few bullet points as well. So I'm going to grab this guy, relevant past performance. And if you remember our capability statements, we had a limit of 5 pages. As you can see, personnel sourcing and teaming approach. So yes, this is the part where we're going to talk about teaming. And you're going to see how ChatGPT is going to smoothly put this in there. It says Doe Industries operates with a mission-driven approach to talent acquisition focused on sourcing and sustaining personnel with the security clearance, experience, and domain expertise required to support DTRA's specialized operations. You see how it continues to weave in this, hey, I'm a general contractor, and my skill is actually connecting you with viable contractors. It keeps weaving it in with different types of words. So our recruitment network includes former military professionals, cleared technical experts, and niche consultants with background. And by the way, what ChatGPT is doing in this sentence is just aligning it with the information given in the documents. That's what ChatGPT knows how to do. It's now my responsibility to make sure that, okay, what I am saying is like, okay, our requirement network involves former military professionals, cleared technical experts. Let's say this was a solicitation where I'm talking to a sub. I already know that these things have been settled before I'm confident enough to have them in here. So I just want to keep reiterating that. So as you can see, it's going to keep going on. Section 4, I'm going to say yes. And while that's happening, I'm going to grab the personnel sourcing. Okay. And then it's creating the secure facility and infrastructure capabilities. And I believe that the last thing is the business information and point of contact. So I'm just going to say yes here. By the way, remember again, when you go into certain sources sought, you're going to see a form. They're going to tell you, okay, this is the form that you need to fill. In this situation, we didn't have any specific form to fill. When you don't have a specific form to fill, you can put a write-up together that is very tightly related to the needs that have been stated in the solicitation. So secure facility and infrastructure capabilities. I'm going to grab this information. Again, I'm going to throw it here. And then this is business information and points of contact. We don't need to put all this back in because we have that at the cover page at the top. And it says that wraps up your 5-page capability statement. If you would like, I can help you format this into Microsoft or PDF, add a sample visual design, or write a concise cover letter accompanying your submission. So if you would like a cover letter, you can go ahead and do that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to ask it to create a short and appropriate header. So it's going to create a nice, short, appropriate header that I'm going to add to the document right now. By the way, let me have a quick confession. One of my peeves is document format. I do not like the process of setting up margins and making everything look clean. What I typically do is right after I have, okay, let me put this header in first. Right after I have added the content like this, I would usually pay somebody on Fiverr to get the job done for me. Formatting, when it comes to margin, making the document a bit more presentable, I will usually go on to Fiverr. But in this case, I'm not going to Fiverr. I'm going to use what I have, and the time that I have is 7-Eleven now. We have this header, we have the capability statement, we have all the information on the front page. This is our table of content. Now all I'm doing is I'm just making sure that these actually start at the top of the page. That's crucial. Let me see if I messed up anything here. Yes, it did. Okay. Relevant past performance, key overview, table of content. See where that table of content went. Great. We have a table of content, company overview here, starting on the next page, relevant past performance on the next page. Great. Secure facility. Okay, guys, I have completed my sources sought. There were no forms that they asked me to fill. I'm going to ask any forms I need to fill. Question based on the sources sought notice, no specific forms are required. Here's a breakdown. So required submission, company info, so UEI, CAGE, NAICS, facility clearance level, relevance past performance, ability to staff cleared personnel, facility capabilities. Okay, good. I'm going to write a submission email. Write a submission email. Absolutely. Here's a professional and concise submission email you can send along with your capability statement and cover letter. We have the subject line here. So I'm going to open my Gmail very casually. Okay, I'm just seeing a webinar from someone asking me why they can't access the webinar, and we're having the webinar live right now, so it's unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to convert this to PDF. It's now a PDF document. I am also going into my chat GPT to grab the subject line. So this is the subject line. Okay, subject line drop here. Who are the people I'm sending this email to? Oh, there you go. Fantastic. Sending the email to these two. Okay, and this is the body of the email. On behalf of Doe Industries, please find attached capability statements submitted in response to, as a general contractor with the focus of connecting government with highly qualified and cleared personnel, we're eager to support the Defense Threat Reduction Agency mission requirement. I'm going to grab this. We got a bunch of information under there as well. Okay. And then the PDF, I'll typically rename this. It wouldn't be an untitled document. And then I'm going to send it over. Guys, I just submitted a research for sources sought to the government. I actually submitted one this morning as well. So let's see what happens over the next week. But with that being said, guys, did you see anything that you think was valuable in terms of putting together a sources sought with this particular robot? Was there some clarity? Talk to me about that. I see some yeses in the chat. You can throw some ones. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was our sources sought submission.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Godwin. Yeah, I know. It could feel a bit like a lot, but if you take it slow, go back through the recording, I'm sure, yeah, there'll be clarity. However, if you have questions, guys, please put it in the chat and we'll just get right to that. Questions. Let me see. Okay, thanks, Lamore. Lamore says, what's the difference between sources source and submitting a proposal? Yeah, that's a good question. Go ahead, Gordon.
Yeah, wonderful question. The difference between a sources sought and perhaps a combined synopsis slash solicitation or an original solicitation is that a sources sought is purely for market research. So a sources sought is the beginning of the life cycle of a government contract. It starts off as a sources sought and ends up as an award notice. But before that, it's a solicitation. So whatever you're submitting right now is market research. However, there are occasions where you submit market research and then you are called back in to actually take on that contract. Someone like Charles, for example, who won a 500 contract, it was a sources sought submission that brought that into play. So the difference is that with a proposal for a solicitation, you are entitled to actually finding out why you didn't win. You are required to put in a price and you need to be ready to be awarded the contract. So if you're awarded the contract, you need to be ready to fulfill.
Okay, we have another question in the chat. Is there a need to confirm if the subcontractor is able to fulfill first before mentioning them in the sources sought?
No, no real need. Again, it's market research. If it comes to it that you are to, and by the way, before you would even win this, it could take 7 months to a year when it starts from a sources sought. Could. So even if things change, you can always change your subcontract. No need for that. It's flexible is what helps.
Okay, so Dion has a question. How are we able to get the recordings for all 3 days? I can take that in the community. Please. If you could go into the AI GovCon community.
What can you see right now on your screen?
So it's the website, the emsl.com website.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So if you go into Classroom, Dion, so we have challenge day 1. If you go into that, that's day 1 video right there. And that's day 1 challenge up like above that. So you can still get to this, please. And then the video for day 1 is there. If you go into day 2, same. So you have the challenge with a small video to explain what that challenge is about and walk you through it. And day 2 replay included. So same for day 3 as well. Questions. One question for you guys. In the community, who is aware that we have a tutorial for capability statements? Who is aware? Say I. Let's know. I. Great. Cyrus knows. Who else? Just Cyrus.
Who doesn't know?
Okay, great. I think that's the question. Who doesn't know? Who doesn't
Yeah.
know? Say, I don't know. No, no for I don't know. I for I know. I don't know. Okay,
No.
IDK. That's a good one. Okay, so right there, you have a tutorial for capability statement, right? And there's a quick video and a resource file as well. So in case you're not aware, like this could also help you, right? So you could download this resource to help you to put together your source responses when you're going through that.
Yeah, most
Okay.
sources sought, not to cut you off, Kate, most sources sought would ask you for a capability statement. So this is the capability statement builder, and this is a template. I'm going to add some more templates in there, but you can have a capability statement that looks like this. And this video is going to show you how to get that done in under an hour. Free.
Okay, I just want to see, is there still any question I'm missing? Is that no? Okay, so it's all peachy, clear. Wow, that's great. Love it. Yeah, I love it too, Latanya. All right, so
Latanya. Hello, Latanya.
how's that for you? All right, guys. So a quick one. If you need more support, you need, more guidance, more resources, yeah, just join the inner circle. Join the inner circle. And you get access to more resources. And this will help you to get bidding more contracts consistently, right? Like, Godwin, could you please go into an overview of what that looks like, the inner circle? So just go there, like we have all these resources right here in the inner circle. Yeah. So join, it's just going to help your business moving on along, get us winning together. Like I want all of us to be submitting and winning together. Let's grow together. Let's have a community of people growing and, making money together, right? Do we have more questions in the chat? Yeah, Shay, great stuff. Yes, yes. I love
Yes.
spending my evening with wonderful people like you. And thank you, everybody.
Guys, if you could, I have been making this post on LinkedIn and there's a thread. I've actually been talking about the challenge and making updates. If you enjoyed the challenge, I would really appreciate it if you can leave a review, short, long. This is the last day. I'm going to make my last update. And anybody who comments, anybody who likes this post, I'm going to connect with you immediately on LinkedIn and you'll be part of my network. And I just want to say again, a massive thank you to the people who have just joined the AI GovCon, to the people who have been here from the beginning. Tomorrow is going to mark 1 year. And I have promised that I'm going to continue to bring tools and people who are going to help you make the journey a lot easier as the AI GovCon continues to grow. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop that link to the LinkedIn post. Feel free to leave a review on how it was. You can leave one in the community as well, however you would like to do that. It's up to you, but I really enjoyed the session. The interaction in the chat is great. It's good to know that we can communicate with each other and we're all on the same page. Thank you very much.
Yes, and to that, guys, I'm going to be adding you guys as well on LinkedIn. So if you see my invite from Kate, hey, accept me. Don't keep me outside waiting. Anyway, moving on, and day 3 challenge. Let's go into day 3.
Okay, day 3.
This is the final challenge, guys. So really, all of this is just muscle memory tasks, muscle memory tasks. Yes, Shay, yay! Okay, let's go. So today, that's it, guys. So there's a video as well. There's a video here to walk us through what we did today, pretty much. And what we need to do is submit a draft of our sources sort response. Like, who is ready? Who is ready to go? Who is ready? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm ready. I'm ready to get a response in. Like, just go through the video. Think about all we did today. You can go through the recording again. But yes, let's go. Yes, Cyrus, let's go. Let's go. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Imperfect little actions take us to perfection, right? Like, let's take it one step at a time. Yeah, it could, like, if we wait till it's perfect, I'm sure we will never get it done. So let's go. Let's get it done. Only Cyrus is submitting. Guys, let me see your 1 in the chat, please. Let's go this week. Let's submit this tomorrow, this week. Yay, Shay, good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All
Awesome.
right. Yes, Valerie. That's great. That's great. Let's go. Yeah, it really doesn't have to be perfect, but let's get it in. Let's get it submitted. Let's get the entire task done end to end, right? And, give ourselves a tap on the shoulder that we got this completed. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'd like to congratulate everyone for making it through this challenge. Truly, this has been wonderful. This has been really wonderful. And thank you for joining from all over the world. Truly, I must say, like even Ivory Coast, that's great. And everyone joining in, thank you so much. Please, let's take action. Let's submit a source response. Like, let's get that done. And yes, thanks for listening in, Crystal. And you could always watch this later, like when you're home now. So you could always go back to the recording at your time, watch it, and go through the step, like pause it, and then you get it done, right? Like, and remember, we have the community to ask questions, to ask other community members, and also Godwin is here to provide support. So I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys for the past 3 days. I think I know everyone right now in the chat who's been playing all out. I know Crystal, I know Dr. Cyrus, I know Shay, I know Latanya, Valerie, you're all my homies. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for playing all out. And Joanne says, to answer to Godwin's shout out, I'm a mom 6K. Yay, there you go. Godwin, you have a mom in the chat, so yeah, she's gonna send you some warm soup, some.
Oh, yes. Necessary.
Give foodie, eh?
Yes. Guys,
All
thank
right,
you.
everybody. Thank you. Godwin, any last comments?
No, just all love. Thank you. See you in the community. I can't wait to see all your reviews and to see the wins that come throughout the rest of this year.
Yes,
Take care.
yes. I'm looking forward to all the good news, testimonies, and sharing the love. Like, I want to hit any city and just reach out in the community and say, I'm here, I'm in your city. And then you're reaching out and saying, hey, let me take you out to dinner. I like food, by the way. So let me take you out to dinner. Let me spoil you a little bit. I like to be spoiled. So let's get this contracts, let's win them together, and let's have fun and grow together. All the love, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Bye.
Happy anniversary. Bye-bye.
Happy anniversary.